been keeping a secret from you guys. I have this super secret, mysterious box here, and I've had it for a while now, and I think it's just time that I expose myself to you guys, because I can't go on any longer knowing that I'm keeping this from you. Essentially, this is a time capsule. I have makeup in here that I've had since roughly 2011. So if you guys want to see some 11-year-old makeup palettes, then you've come to the right place. I'm gonna show you guys my memory makeup collection. I mentioned in a video that, you know, I declutter things, but then I actually keep them, so I'm kind of like deceiving you in a way. Only with super special sentimental items. And I mentioned this in a video that I have certain products like with my memory makeup, and people are like, what's that? Like, we want to see your memory makeup. So I thought I would expose myself and show you guys the makeup that I'm too sentimental about, and I'm not ready to let go of the nostalgia that these items hold, and show you guys my memory makeup collection. So if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. I feel like this is just gonna be kind of like a fun hangout, chill, chatty video. If you guys missed it, I filmed day 10 of working my way through my entire makeup collection until I've used every single product. Here is the look. I'm gonna do my update. I haven't done my update for it yet, but that video is already posted, so I just confused you, I think. At the time that I'm filming this, I just finished applying my makeup, but I'm gonna do like probably an update in like 6 or 7 hours and show you guys what my makeup looks like. But that's gonna be in a video that's already up. So anyway, forget I said anything. If you guys haven't seen day 10, I'll link it down below. I got pretty deep with you guys and kind of just expressed my feelings, what I'm thinking. That car was very loud. And kind of just opened up to you, and I would love for you guys to go watch that video and give me some feedback if you feel inclined to do so. But I'm gonna show you guys my makeup memory box. So not everything fits in here, but I have some stuff in here. I haven't really looked in here in a little bit, so let's see what we can find. I think we're gonna start off with a classic. This is the Urban Decay Naked palette. This is the original Naked palette that I got in 2011. I was a freshman in high school. I was the ripe age of 13, and this was my first ever high-end makeup palette. Well, that's a lie. I actually had one other one, which I will show you. But this is the first one that like I ever got for like Christmas, like from my parents. It was my first official one, is what I'm saying. And this is the one. This is the one from 2011, the one that I used to use every day before school. I'll give you guys a close-up of the packaging. It's disgusting. If you guys remember this, it's actually discontinued now, which breaks my heart. But I still have my original Naked palette. This is just absolutely coming apart. If you can tell. And here's what my palette looks like. Lots of pan. We don't see this a lot these days anymore, do we? I had pan on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 12. Yeah, 6 of the 12 shadows in this palette. 3 of which are 100% used up. 100%. I remember the first shade that I used up was Toasted, and I bought a single shadow of Toasted because I couldn't live without that shade. So again, here's a close-up of my original Naked palette. I even have the brush, the original Naked palette brush. Oh my god, this is insane, you guys. I don't know. This is my type of vibe right now. I know you wouldn't think that with my green eyeshadow, but I am a neutral gal these days, and today is an off chance colorful day, but I would love to have this palette again, and I wish it was still available, because Half Baked, can we just talk about how iconic Half Baked was? Virgin, Sin, Sidecar, Half Baked, Toasted, Naked, Buck, Dark Horse, Smog, Hustle, Creep, Gunmetal, even the names, like this is prime Urban Decay. I still have a lot of Urban Decay products and I still love them, but this will never be replaced in my eyes. So yeah, that's my first piece of memory makeup that I will keep forever because it's super special to me. And while we're on a naked palette topic, we'll just go ahead and talk about my other naked palettes. So I have the Naked 2. I think I got this one in like 2012. Here's what this one looks like. This one is like tin. It's very nice and dented and scratched up. And this one, I can't even open it. This one seemed, at the time, this was like such a cool toned palette. Again, we have quite a bit of pan in these shadows. I hit pan in, I can't even see what that says. Booty Call, Verve, and this one. The whole name is wiped off. I don't know what that shade was, but it's so pretty. Some of these pans fall out, so I can't like hold it up very well. I also have the original brush, but I did like kneel on it one time and it broke, so that's kind of sad, but I still have the brush. I think I used this in like one of my very first YouTube videos, so she's a classic. Not very sentimental to me, but not quite as sentimental as the original Urban Decay or the original Naked, just because that was my first one. We also have Naked 3. This one, I remember thinking, wow, this is so pink. Even though it's very, very neutral. This color story is so pretty. Urban Decay actually sent me a new one, so I have 4 eyeshadows just fell out. I don't know if you can see that. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I don't think I put them in the right way, but there we have the Naked 3 palette. I have a few more Urban Decay palettes to show you guys. So next we have the Naked Smoky palette. This one I remember thinking was so like edgy. It's just crazy like how you would have never caught me wearing green eyeshadow back when I bought these palettes. This one actually is not used very much. I feel like it's very lightly used compared to my other ones. This is kind of more what my palettes look like these days. But I never was into the like deep gray smoky eyes, so I feel like that's why I didn't get as much use out of this one. But it was part of the original like Naked collection, and I got these palettes like right when they came out. Like when Naked 2 came out, got it immediately. When Naked 3 came out, got it immediately. So these are all like original from like launch time. Aside from the original Naked palette, I don't know when this came out, but I know that I got it in 2011. Then they discontinued the Naked palette and I bought it back up. So this one has never been opened and I will not open it. This one is still in the box. This one I purchased like right before they discontinued it, or right when they announced that it was going to be discontinued. So this is just kind of like a keepsake for me, because I have this one, but now I also have like a fresh, brand new, never been opened one. So that's part of my memory makeup collection. And when they did that, they tried to replace it with the Naked Reloaded palette, which no, just no. It's not the same. It's pretty and all, it definitely is, but it's just not the same. This is like fabric. Here is what the palette looks like. It's really pretty again, but I don't know. I feel like, do they still sell this? I don't know if this is still a thing, but it's in my my makeup memory box just because it's part of the Naked series. And then I also have this one. This is the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay. This one is not as old as some of those other ones, but it is still on the older side, and it just gives me good memories, and I want to keep it, but I also don't feel the need to like use it or keep it in my like active makeup collection. And then I think I have one more Urban Decay eyeshadow palette, and this one is Alice Through the Looking Glass. And this is like a bizarre palette. It opens up like this, and here are the colors. It just completely removes, and it's an interesting color story. Not sure what made me, I mean, I'm sure I bought this because I was obsessed with Urban Decay and obsessed with makeup, but it's interesting. And here is like a little butterfly. Like, you don't, I feel like Urban Decay still kind of does this thing. I feel like they did this with their Game of Thrones collection and stuff like that, but this is just very not minimalistic, which seems to be the trend these days. I'm gonna break my memory makeup. So it's a little bit something different, but I wanted to keep that because it was still in my prime Urban Decay days. Next, I want to talk about Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was another one of my very first high-end eyeshadow palettes. This is the Self-Made palette. This was such a pretty color. I mean, such a pretty palette. Here is what it looks like. I was obsessed with this shade right here. It's called Pink Champagne. I talked about something recently. What was it? I put it on my eyes and I was like, oh, this is kind of like a shade from this really old Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. What was I talking about? When was that? I don't remember, but Pink Champagne is the shade I was talking about, and here's what this palette looks like. It kind of looks bland to me now. Besides Pink Champagne and Treasure, those two shades they're still hitting, but very interesting. Next, we have the Modern Renaissance palette. I loved this palette. The top of mine is completely like sun bleached, and this packaging was awful. It's that same velvety kind of thing as the Urban Decay, but it's a light pink color, and it's so dirty and stained. But this was a very used eyeshadow palette for me, especially since I had already had like several other eyeshadows at this point. I loved this color story. I love the colors in here. This is such a pretty palette. I kind of want to repurchase this. I don't need to. I really don't need to, but I kind of want to. I wish I had this palette so that I could use it. This shade, Buon Fresco. I don't know how you say that. It's this matte, kind of like, that's what it was. I was confusing this shade with Pink Champagne. It was the Jaclyn Hill palette. This. Okay. I used this matte. I was like, when was I talking about a pink eyeshadow? This matte shade right here reminded me of Buon Fresco from this palette. It's not even the same color, but it kind of is the same vibe. Anyway, this is the Modern Renaissance palette. I also have the Subculture palette in here because this was the talk of the town. This caused so much drama. My palette was great. I mean, I don't think it was like the best eyeshadow palette I ever used, but I never had the issues that other people had where like half the pan would like be used up from tapping your brush in the shade 3 times. There was obviously some inconsistency going on, but I never had an issue with my palette. I don't think it blended the best, but nothing like what was going on. Next, I have some Too Faced. So I loved Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like I haven't used one in forever. This is the original chocolate bar palette. This is the OG, like the thick one before they repackaged it to the thinner packaging. This is the OG, the one that has the names on this, and I still have this. Oh my god. Remember these, the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes? Oh my god, they used to come with these little like eye look suggestions. I have to do one of these. I have to. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. Milk chocolate, semi-sweet, and hot cocoa. Oh my god. Okay, well, we're definitely gonna have to do a video where I try to do one of these makeup looks because that is so fun. And I just have it like tucked up here in the mirror, and then this has all the names on it. I'll show you guys what the shades look like if you're unfamiliar. This is a very old palette. Does this have like a date? This is 2014, so I guess I got it in 2014. I feel like it was longer, or like before that, but I guess not. But she's a thick girl, and she's a little bit dented, but that's okay. I still love her, and I'm gonna keep her forever. I also have this Too Faced collab. This is the Power of Makeup and Nikkie Tutorials collab. I know there was a lot going on with this palette as well. I I don't even remember all the drama, honestly. But we're just gonna kind of move on from this. I know that Nikki was done dirty, I think, with her like contract and stuff, but I kept this because I love Nikki tutorials, and this was like one of the first like collabs that had come out with a big makeup brand. Obviously we had Jaclyn Hill, we had some others, but this was the first one with Tarte that I felt inclined to purchase. I think I have another one, not Tarte, Too Faced. I have one with Tarte that I purchased, and this one is the Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. Who remembers this palette? Oh my god, I was obsessed with Graveyard Girl. Like, I was obsessed. I haven't watched her videos in forever. I wonder if, does she even still post on YouTube? Here's what it looks like. Oh, that's gonna be hard to show you. We've got eyeshadows, we've got bronzer, blush, and highlight. The highlighter is called Gator Wings, and she's chunky. Like, that, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but that's definitely chunky. It says, believe in yourself, oh wait, believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality. So, this is from Tarte. I also had the liquid lip. It was like a very gray, purpley liquid lip. I don't remember what it was called, but do you guys remember? Let me know if you remember. Swamp something maybe? No, this is Swamp Queen. I don't know. What was that lip color called? There was a red and then like the cool toned mauve one. I remember I went into Sephora like on the day of launch to buy this because I was so excited about it. So there's that. Next I have some Jaclyn Hill stuff, which I'll just briefly go over because I did a whole video dedicated to my Jaclyn Hill collection, including all of her collabs that I've purchased, all of her Jaclyn Cosmetics stuff, her sunglasses, her jewelry, all of the PR boxes that I have that I've kept, literally all kinds of stuff, brushes, lots of things. So let me show you my Jaclyn Hill stuff. We've got, in no particular order, her original Jaclyn and Morphe collab. Now I actually didn't have this, and I ended up purchasing this from someone online because I wanted it as part of my collection. So I've never used this. I never will use this. It looks to be very lightly used, but I bought this just for the sake of having it and having it in my collection. I wish I had bought this when it was out and like I had my original one, but I don't. But that's okay because I was still able to get it. So I have that. I have my first Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is like the first one that came out. This is what the back looks like. I don't know, you probably can't even see that. It has like JH everywhere and it says Morphe x Jaclyn Hill. The packaging gets very dirty because this is before they went glossy, and there were not even names in the eyeshadow palette. I think eventually they put them on the back, and then now they're on like below each shade, but at the time no shade names here. I think there might have been either on the box or like on the plastic thing that I don't know, but no shade names. Here's what mine looks like. I have since repurchased, oh, it got really dark. I have since repurchased this palette and I have a newer one that I use, but this is my original one from when it came out, so that's pretty old. What else? I have the, oh no, let me do this one first. I have the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collab palette. Here is what that looks like. This was the first one. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector, Champagne Glow palette. So it has Pearl, Champagne Pop, and Blushed Copper. So I have that. I also have the second one, the bigger one. This one is so pretty. There's gonna be a glare no matter what. This one has Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, and then 3 blushes. They are Rosé Spritz, Amaretto, and Pamplemousse. How fun is that? This one was called the Champagne Collection Face Palette. And then of course I have some Becca highlights, some singles. Let me grab these. I remember this is what got me into highlighter. I love highlighter if you couldn't tell. But this is what got me into highlighter. This was my first ever high-end highlighter that I purchased. It was Opal, actually, and I really liked the packaging. And then one day someone said that this looked like a sink stopper and now I can never look at these without thinking sink stopper. So yeah, but I still love it. It's still very nostalgic for me. Here is Opal, the OG. I actually repurchased one of these when Becca announced that they were filing for bankruptcy or going out of business or whatever. I have my original champagne pop, very old. And then I had this like special edition champagne pop, which I think this one wasn't necessarily in like collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. Like, it doesn't have her name on it or anything, but the packaging was super sparkly. I haven't ever used this one. It has a really pretty like embossment and it's like a gold glitter, so I had to get that at the time because it was just so cool. I have a palette with my name on it. I made this little palette. It says Paige Koren, and I don't remember the website I did this on, but this is so cringy. My shade names, you get to pick the shades and then the shade names, and they're like printed on the packaging. So my shade names are Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Off-White, Saint Laurent, and Fendi. Very designer of me, right? So yeah, that's just in here just for fun because it has my name on it, but it was never like for sale or anything. I have these Laura Lee loose highlighters. These are just really fun, and I have Laura Lee's like whole range of her makeup line. Like, I have every single product that she's ever come out with. So these are something that are really old that I don't ever really use, so I just have them. I don't even know, have I used these? Nope, that one is sealed. Let's see if this one is open. Nope, that one's sealed. And then this one, I have used this one. So we have Sugar and Spice, Warm and Toasty, and Sweet and Saucy. This was part of her like holiday collection one year, so I have those. And then I have something, this is my oldest piece of makeup. I want to say I was 11, if I had to guess. There's no date on here. I don't know what this is, but I want to say I was 11, and I was at this girl's house, and her brother played baseball with my brother. Her name was Shannon. I haven't spoken to her in probably 15 years. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, she was older than me, a few years older than me, and we were at her house for some reason. My friend, another friend of mine, and me, and she like did her makeup for us, and she gave me a couple things, and this was one of them. This is a Dior quad, and I don't know why she gave this to me. I was like, I didn't know what brands were back then, but I knew Dior was like a fancy brand. I was like, are you sure? Like, she was like, yeah, like absolutely, like, you know, I have a ton of makeup, like I don't ever even use this. So if you guys know what this is, if you could tell me a name or when this is from. It's like a faux leather external packaging, and it's from Dior, and it had a little like eyeshadow thing here. I don't know if I ever had it, but here's what it looks like. I hit pan on this, and this is where my love for makeup spawned. That day was so significant, and it's crazy. Like I wonder if she probably doesn't even know that the only reason that I got I could have gotten into makeup other ways, but the reason I did get into makeup was because of that day and her sending me home with this and a little mascara and maybe like a baby lips or something, and it changed my life. So this is something that I will absolutely keep forever and ever. I love it so much, and I'm so happy that I've kept this and never got rid of it. It's so old, and I'm so happy that I have this. So this is probably my most special piece of makeup. It's my oldest piece of makeup, and again, I'm gonna keep this forever. Obviously it's expired. I'm not gonna use it, but I will keep that forever. Next, I have this eyeshadow palette from Sephora collection. This is the Vintage Filter palette. This, I wonder when this is from. Does it say? I don't think so. This is a fun little eyeshadow palette, and my dad randomly went to Sephora one day. I think he was at the mall for some reason, which he doesn't ever really go shopping. And I guess he went into Sephora and he told the lady, he was like, hey, like my daughter has a ton of makeup. Like I want to get her something that she wouldn't have. And this is what she suggested him. And this is so special to me because, I don't know, it was like from my dad, and it was so cool that he thought of me. And I don't know if he knows that I still have this. I'm like about to start crying. Crying over makeup here, guys. You know, it's very normal. It's okay. It's okay to get emotional, but yeah, I've had this for quite a while, and that, like, that memory stuck with me. That memory stuck with me. Okay, I'm fine, Paige, you're fine. Everything's fine. Don't cry. I'm good. Okay, next. I have this. This is the Olivia Jade Sephora Collection palette. I've never used this. I got super into Olivia Jade. I loved her content and I bought this. And then pretty much like right when I bought this, I feel like a ton of stuff started happening. All of the everything with her and her family, and I don't know. I never even like kept up with what happened. But I was like, well, I can't really talk about this on my channel anymore, even though the colors are so pretty. And I was really excited about it, and then I never ended up using it. So it's literally untouched, which is kind of crazy. So that's everything in my first box. I have an overflow, so let me show you guys these last few items. Most of them, it's like just a couple. But this is what I have. This is, I don't know, does anyone else still have any of these items? And if you don't have these in particular, do you have any other like memory makeup items? Let me know down below, because I'm dying to know. The next thing that I want to show you guys is my bling brushes. This is my collaboration with Bling Brushes. This is the PR box, and this was such a cool thing for me. These brushes are still available. Here's the packaging. I kept the packaging. I kept my PR card. This is so funny. Oh my god. This was 2 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Almost 2 years ago. Here's my PR card. Courtney had some extras, so she gave those to me. I have like a single brush in a single packaging. I have my sponge box. I even have some samples in here from like before we finalized what the brushes were gonna look like. And then these were like what were included in the orders. I think these, I don't know if these are still included in the orders, but it's just a little note that I wrote to whoever purchased these. So I have a few of those. And then I obviously have sets of my actual makeup brushes, like full sets and stuff. So that's the next thing I wanted to show you. Again, that's like not super old, but that will forever, I will keep that forever, and that will be a part of my memory makeup collection. My camera battery is about to die, so I'm gonna go change it, and then we will finish off with these last few items in here. I am back, and I have a few more items to show you. I'm thinking I have another stash of memory makeup somewhere, and I just don't know where it is. Like my 35O palette from Morphe, and maybe a few other things. So if I find more, I'll do a part 2 if you guys enjoyed this video. But anyway, the next thing that I want to talk about is another collaboration of mine. This was my collaboration with D-Star Lashes. I have like 10 of these, so I have more than just 3, but I just have 3 here to show you. This was my first ever collab, and I loved working with Destiny. This was such a fun project, and I think this was back when I used to wear lashes. I don't wear lashes anymore. I very rarely wear lashes. I'm obviously gonna keep these because this was a collaboration of mine, but it just it was so nice. It was fun. And these are the Paige lashes. I love the pink sparkly. I loved these lashes, and I still do love them. I just don't wear them on a daily basis. And D-Star Lashes is actually no longer, which is so sad. I went to go look at their website the other day, and it's not there anymore. Their Instagram is still there. I'm still gonna follow just in case one day they decide to come back, but these are something that I will keep forever and are very, very special to me. Finally, we have a stack of palettes, and these are my Anastasia Beverly Hills glow kits. Do you guys remember glow kits? This was like post Becca highlighter craze, but also like very shortly after. I feel I have a lot of these. I was obsessed with these. We have That Glow. This is one of the original 4. Here's what it looks like. These were like 40 bucks a piece, and it's just crazy to think that, you know, I would spend $40 on something. I actually don't know if I bought these myself, but anyway, that was That Glow. Now we have Gleam. That Glow and Gleam were my favorites, I think. This one was more cool toned. And then we had Sun Dipped, which was a little bit deeper if I recall properly. Some of them at least, but oh my gosh, I used this one a ton. I used this color a lot, this color a lot. Even this color, Tourmaline, so pretty. Glow kits, oh my god, how iconic. Like, look at this. I just, this makes me laugh. I also have Sugar. This one was not as old. This one was more recent, and I've actually never used this. How do I get something and never use it? This is so pretty. I guess I think when I decided to put these away, I just went ahead and put this one away, even though it was still like pretty new. I still have the little sleeves that these go in. This one's ripped, but I kept these in as good of shape as I possibly could. I also have Moonchild. I had another one and I think I decluttered it. It was not Moonchild, it was the other one. Aura something. This one was when these like different, like they called them holographic, but they weren't really holographic, but the shifting colored highlighters were super popular. This was the stuff. The Moonchild glow kit. And then finally we have the Ultimate Glow Kit. This one had 6 shades. Oh my god, instead of 4. Look at how messy that is. That's insane. I loved this palette. Wow. White Sand was my favorite, it looks like. I also used Snow, Sunray, Amber Gold, and Hot Sand. I don't think I ever used this gold one here, but how fun is that? So that's my memory makeup. There's definitely still makeup that I kind of wish that I had kept that I didn't keep. I had this Too Faced like carousel thing. It used to be in the background of my videos, like the very beginning of my channel, I think. And it was like a holiday kit, and it was like a bunch of little palettes that went in the stands and made like a little carousel. That was something I wish I had kept. I had the book of bronzers, the Too Faced book of bronzers. I wish I had kept that. I wish I kept my Semi-Sweet palette from Too Faced, my Bonbons palette, but I was trying to, I don't know. I go through so much makeup that it's like, I need to get rid of some of it, but I think most of like the earlier on stuff is just more sentimental to me because it was just, I don't know, I don't feel this way about a lot of makeup these days. Like, I don't know what I would keep now, like, save like this, you know? I don't know. Maybe there will be things in a couple years and I'm like, oh, like it's time to declutter that, but I don't want to declutter it, so I'm going to keep it and move it to my memory makeup. But most of this stuff is older, obviously, besides my collabs. That's like the newest thing in my collection. That was my makeup memory collection, my memory makeup collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. What is your nostalgic makeup? Like, what, for me, it's this stuff. This is like the roots of my makeup and my makeup obsession. Oh, Sunny, the Sunny bronzer from NYC is another one. That one was like so popular for so long and then they discontinued it. The Maybelline color tattoos, those as well. Baby lips. Good times, good times. The bouncy blushes. Oh my god, the bouncy blushes. I had so many. I loved the bouncy blushes. I wish they would bring those back. I would absolutely wear those today. So yeah, maybe let me know if you guys want me to do like another video regarding like nostalgic makeup, and not necessarily the stuff that I have, but like the stuff that I remember, and like kind of revisit the OG days, or at least my OG days. I know there's people that have been in the makeup world longer than I have, and maybe some of you only joined this year or 2016 or 18 or whatever. But yeah, let me know what your OG nostalgic makeup pieces are, and let's chat in the comments down below. I think I'm gonna film a book haul. So I'm on a filming roll, so I might as well film a third video today. So I'm gonna film a book haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.